Have you ever wanted to enjoy a peaceful evening out on the seas, fishing all your worries away, catching the various types of fish and truly taking in their beauty? Then this game isn't for you. Dredge is a wonderful Lovecraftian psychological horror game where each fish you catch is a twisted version lurking somewhere in the dark depths. These versions are grotesque, putrid, and downright horrifying. In this video, we're going to be reviewing each abborated fish from the game and seeing how truly horrifying they are. Welcome to the Dredge Abborated Fish Fry, featuring the fish from the Marrows. Let's begin. The blue mackerel has 3 abborated versions, and they can be caught with a coastal rod or thrall net. They are the grotesque mackerel, the lumpy mackerel, and the many-eyed mackerel. The grotesque mackerel has corrupted scales and bulbous eyes, like nothing you've ever seen before. The lumpy mackerel is a writhing mass of lumps, twisting and pulling their way under the scales of the vessel. The many-eyed mackerel has gill plates dotted with eyeballs, superfluous but scanning frantically. All eyes see right through you. Taking up 2 slots at a 2x1 size and a max length of 30 centimeters, these aberrations can easily fetch you between $35 and $50 and can be only caught during the day. The cod has 3 abborated versions, and they can be caught with a coastal rod or thrall net. They are the all-seeing cod, the fanged cod, and the 3-headed cod. The all-seeing cod is staring outwards, unblinking, eyes borrowed from a larger being, but not in the mind to process what it sees. The fanged cod has deviantly sharp teeth, with chunks of smaller fish lodged between, a hunger in its eyes. The 3-headed cod's 3 heads writhe and struggle in unison. 3 mouths hang agape, then close shut together. 3 lives lived as one fate bound to many. Taking up 3 slots at a 2x2 size and a max length of 1.20 meters, these aberrations can fetch you anywhere between $60 and $90 and can only be caught during the day. The arrow squid has 2 aberrated versions that can be caught with a coastal rod or thrall net. They are the brood squid and the snack squid. The brood squid's tentacles sprout from a glowing core inside a gelatinous sac. Other cores lay dormant alongside. The snag squid's tasting tongues writhe wildly around sets of yellowed crooked teeth. The top row are flattened like human molars. Taking up 2 slots at a 2x2 size and a max length of 35 centimeters, these aberrations can easily fetch you between $40 and $50, and they can only be caught during the night. The gray eel has 2 aberrated versions that can be caught with a shallow rod or thrall net. They are the host eel and the barbed eel. The host eel has numerous glowing shapes that flicker and squirm behind a descented rib cage. The rest of the flesh is withered and drained. The barbed eel has a spine broken with sharp angles, crooked curves, a row of teeth bent on revenge. Taking up 3 slots at a 3x1 size and a max length of 1 meter, these aberrations can fetch you between $60 and $75, and they can only be caught during the day. The gull flounder has 2 aberrated versions, and they can be caught with a shallow rod or a thrall net. They are the riddled flounder and the cyclopean flounder. The riddled flounder has baggy skin perforated with countless cavities. A single, shapeless mass spreads underneath. The cyclopean flounder has a sprawling, jellied mass that spills from a single eye socket. What appears to be dark pupils is in fact the center of an egg. Taking up 4 slots at a 2x2 size, then a max length of 50 centimeters, these aberrations can fetch you between $75 and $90, and they can only be caught during the day. The black grouper has 2 aberration versions that can be caught with a shallow rod or thrall net. They are the tusk grouper and the voltaic grouper. The tusk grouper has a pig-like tusk that protrude from the mouth of its ravenous brute. With no eyes to speak of, it attacks indiscriminately. The voltaic grouper has an unknown green energy that arcs and crackles over its fish scales. It thrashes ceaselessly, even hours after being pulled out from the water. Taking up 4 slots at a 2x2 size and a max length of 50 centimeters, these aberrations can fetch you between $100 and $125, and they can only be caught during the night. The next aberration found in the Marrows is the shard ray, an aberration of the stingray. The stone skin of this ray is molded around the black crystal shard. The rock fragments articulate and grind together. Taking up 7 whole slots at a 3x3 size and a max length of 1.10 meters, this aberration can fetch you between $150 and $190. They can be caught during the day and during the night. The sailfish has 2 aberrations that can be caught with the oceanic rod and thrall net. They are called the shallow sailfish and the hook sailfish. The sallow sailfish has a sickly, placid color that coats the scales of this normally sleek and shiny fish. Clouded eyes belie the disease spreading underneath. The hooked sailfish has spindles of bones that protrude from a discolored muscle. A hooked bill curves inward. a lure for something greater. Taking up a massive 9 slots at a 6x2 size and a max length of 3 meters, these aberrations can fetch you between $375 and $435, and they can only be caught during the day. The bronze whaler has a single aberration that can be caught with an oceanic rod and thrall net. It's called the bloodskin shark. The bloodskin shark has tendons and sinews that stretch over the fins of this bloody predator. Powerful jaws are clad in exposed muscle. Taking up 6 slots at a 4x3 size and a max length of 3 meters, this aberration can fetch you around $275 and can only be caught during the day. The black-tipped reef shark has a single aberration that can be caught with oceanic rod and a thrall net. It's called the cleft-mouth shark. The cleft-mouth shark has a large body bisected by enormous grinning maw. Teeth stretch down forward into a blackness of its large gullet. Taking up 6 slots at a 4x3 size and a max length of 2.50 meters, this aberration can fetch you between $275 and $345, and can only be caught during the night. The common crab has a single aberration that can be caught with a crab pot. It's called the cerebral crab. The cerebral crab has a turquoise mass that swells from within the small crab. The growth pulses, quickening in the light of the sun. Taking up 1 slot at a 1x1 size and a max length of 20 centimeters, this aberration can fetch you between $15 and $20. It can be caught during the day and the night. The fiddler crab has a single aberration that can be caught within a crab pot. It is called the malignant pincer. The malignant pincer's teal tumors secrete a slimy substance over cracks and joints. Its massive claw shudders as it fights for control. Taking up 5 slots at a 3x2 size and a max length of 25 centimeters, this aberration can fetch you between $70 and $175 and can be caught during the day and night. Next we have the ostrostrichen. It has one aberration called the plated ostrostrichen, and it can only be caught with an advanced rod inside the dark fluid. The plated ostrostrichen is a shell of a bone, pierced by spurs of something stronger. A horned miter shielding eyeless sockets. Taking up 3 slots at a 2x2 size and a max length of around 50 centimeters, this aberration can fetch you around $60, and they can be caught during the day and the night. Next we have the telemonstrum. It has one aberration called the axial matron, and it can only be caught with an advanced rod inside dark fluid. The axial matron has mouths within mouths, chambers within chambers. The matron's grip is terminal. Taking up 7 slots at a 4x2 size and a max length of around 90 centimeters, this aberration can fetch you around $160 and can be caught during the day and night. Next we have the paddlefish. It has one aberration called the anvilfish, and it can only be caught with an advanced rod inside the dark fluid. The anvilfish has a head hammered flat against the alluvium of the world. Every shaper needs a surface. Taking up 7 slots at a 4x2 size and a max length of around 1.8 meters, this aberration can fetch you around $140, and they can be caught during the day and night. Next we have the swordfish. It has one aberration called the ivory impaler, and it can only be caught with an advanced rod inside the dark fluid. It has strips of flints fled coursed around a spike of impossible metal. Underneath rope tendons, it bears a name unremembered. Taking up 8 slots at a 6x2 size and a max length of around 2.5 meters, this aberration can fetch you around $370, and they can be caught during the day and night. The final abborated fish is an aberration of the sea cucumber. It is called the inverted husk and can only be caught with a fishing pot sitting inside the dark fluid. The inverted husk is flesh, prolapsed and shed on the sea floor. The molt discarded, ready to envelop another. Taking up 2 slots at a 2x1 size and a max length of 50 centimeters, this aberration can fetch you around $35, and they can be caught during the day and the night. I hope you've gotten your fill of fried abborated fish. Be sure to subscribe for more abborated fish fries, and have fun dredging.